If you thought that rocks were only found in the countryside, well, this video may come as a surprise. After all the rural hikes, it's time to get up close and personal with some seriously urban rocks. The stones used in the buildings of every town give us a chance to see an amazing variety of rocks without travelling any distance. Newcastle is no exception. The stones go from local to exotic, from Kenton to Norway, and from 460 million years to less than 150 million. The Hancock, the Great Northern Museum, is a good place to start local. It's built of pale brown 330 million year old Carboniferous sandstone, some of which is from a quarry at Denwick, near Alnwick. In the 100 metres to Claremont Corner, we've travelled a few miles and a few million years. As well as the dirty brown Carboniferous sandstone, there's red Perma-Triassic sandstone from Cumbria, once sand dunes in a red-hot desert. Over to the Civic Centre, and the rocks are even more exotic. The white-facing stones of the tower and the adjoining buildings are fossiliferous Jurassic limestone from Portland on the south coast of England. Those bits sticking out of the stone are fossil oysters. 150 million years ago, this limestone was limey mud at the sea bottom. Portland stone is the same stone as used by Sir Christopher Wren to rebuild St Paul's Cathedral. In fact, there's one special stone set in the wall, the Wren stone, one chosen and marked by Wren's masons 300 years ago. The river god Tyne is framed by a 460 million year old metamorphic rock, Ordovician otter schist from Norway. The benches and steps are also metamorphic, changed by heat and pressure deep in the earth, and of a similar age, but they are slates, originally volcanic sediments, and they're from the Lake District. There are more far-travelled rocks in the Civic Centre, but we are heading across the green to the 1914 War Memorial. The Response by William Goscombe John. The drummer boys call the volunteers to arms on a plinth of Devonian granite from Shap in Cumbria. The rock is made of large interlocking mineral crystals, quartz, felspar and biotite. They slowly cooled from molten magma 400 million years ago. Onto Northumberland Street. Retail therapy is outside my comfort zone, and you might think that's why this section is a bit rushed. But it's not that. There are just so many rocks to discover, even the ones under your feet. I've barely scratched the surface. Milligans have been around since 1946, but the shopfront stones are a bit older. 330 million year old fossiliferous Carboniferous limestone. W.H. Smith's doors are framed with blue pearl lavakite, a Permian igneous intrusive rock from Larvik near Oslo. It's a popular rock. It's got big felspar crystals that shimmer. The bank security guard wasn't convinced I was just admiring the red granite from Peterhead and not sizing up the cash machine. Over to Phoenix. When you've taken the kids to see the Christmas window, have a quick look at some more Shap granite beside the entrance doors. Round the corner into Blacker Street and Monument Station, it's even more granite from Shap. If you're wondering if there's any left in Cumbria, next time you're on the A6, take a look at the size of the mountain and the quarry. It's called Shap Pink. The shop front of Waterstones is wonderfully ornate. Ordovician and Silurian granites for Aberdeen and Peterhead, and lavakite from Norway. Here, around Gray's Monument, is the jewel in the crown. The neoclassical architecture of Granger Town and Grey Street. Once the natural valley of the Loughtburn, which ran down from Leazes Park, and an open sewer in medieval times. It was culverted in the 1780s and infilled and then built upon, magnificently. Honey-coloured Carboniferous sandstone from many local quarries, from Kenton to Heddon and beyond. Many of the blocks have clues to their origin, as sand carried now by rivers. These lines are fossil underwater ripples and dunes, and I hate to point it out, but they also show one mason laid some stones the wrong way up. The sandstone's uniform grain size and silica cement allowed ashlar construction with the finest of mortar joints. Grey Street is one of the finest city streets anywhere. Our final stop is at some Cornish granite, the towers of the Tyne Bridge. Newcastle's buildings give us a great opportunity to look at rocks from near and far. It's a matter of personal taste, I guess, but I am happy that the 19th century architects and builders, like Granger and Dobson, chose local, and that the overwhelming impression of Newcastle is that it is a city of sandstone. A rock whose origins in rivers and deltas that flowed through swamplands over 300 million years ago is intimately associated with the coal that the city is famous for. Could it be more appropriate?